and welcome to our class on essential oils and your emotional health. I'm Amanda Riley and I will be your instructor today. We have just a couple housekeeping things to get out of the way before I get started. First off, all the oils that I talk about come from doTERRA. doTERRA is a company that I chose to partner with nearly 4 years ago after one of my girlfriends had asked me to try doTERRA oils, and I said, you know what, I've got these oils, I'm fine. And she came to me with a bottle from her company and I had a bottle from my company, and she said, just smell the difference, Amanda. So smelled them and I was sold right there. Quality of oils absolutely matters. So you can get a hamburger from McDonald's and a steak from Manny and they're both beef, right? But quality matters. Like, essential oils is no different than other things like that. So be very aware of the oils that you're purchasing. If you've tried oils and they haven't worked, or they've made you sick, or something has gone wrong, I'd really ask you to look at, where did those oils come from? Are they regarded safe? Are they third-party tested? Do you know what's actually in that bottle? You want a reputable company because they have higher quality oils, is really all it comes down to. So doTERRA is the oil company that we will be talking about today. There are 3 typical ways on using essential oils. The most popular to get started with is obviously diffusing. So you buy a little diffuser, put a couple drops of oils in there, it diffuses into the air. Many benefits come from diffusing oils, and many people stop right there, and that's just how they use them, which is more than fine. We can also apply oils to our skin. That is an awesome way to absorb it in. You can choose to use an oil by itself. That's called neat. But we highly recommend that you use a carrier oil of some sort so it can really soak into your skin. And then the third way, which does have some controversy over it, is ingestion. doTERRA labels every single one of their bottles with a supplement label if it's an oil that you can ingest. So knowing that that is something of value is something that should be at the forefront of your mind. I highly encourage you to take a few minutes to get educated on whether or not you feel comfortable ingesting oils or not. Some people do and some people don't. It is a personal choice that requires your own personal investigation on how you feel about it. Essential oils have been around for thousands of years, and they aren't anything new by any means, but it is a personal choice on whether or not you ingest. So please gather education on that. A book that I believe that everybody who even wants to dabble in oils should snag up is the Essential Life book. There are many different versions. This I refer to as my oil Bible. I keep this book very close to me at all times. What I love about this book is it talks about how to use oils, of course, but you can mention an issue and it will give you an idea of recommendations of oils to use and then what page to find that information on. So that means that the ailments are in here. How to use the oils is also in here. And then each oil is broken down on where it comes from, properties, other oils it blends well with, how to use it safely, where the emotional balance is going to be coming from. Every single oil carries an emotional balance. I'm only going to touch on a few, and they are all blends that come from doTERRA. And then other blends are also broken down as well. So this is a very valuable book to have on hand, especially if you are diving into the world of oils or you are just getting started. Either way is very valuable. Okay, so let's get started on these oils, right? I actually started with the emotional kit. I had a lot of other oils from another company that they weren't so compromised that I wasn't going to finish the bottles. I was just going to stop using them. So the emotional kit from doTERRA is how I got started with doTERRA. It comes with 6 different oils and they come in bottles. 5 milliliter bottles have about 80 drops. And then they come in a roller ball. So you can choose which way you snag these oils up. All of them are blends that doTERRA has made. The first one I'm going to talk about is Passion, and this is an inspiring blend. So this can be a oil that can absolutely be used for fun on a date, but it also can be used if you're looking for some inspiration before you sit down at your desk to start typing or blogging or reading or whatever it is that you might be doing. You can apply it before you work out, or you can just wear it as perfume. And it has a very beautiful smell to it. So You know, it's just, there's some floral behind it. It has vanilla in it, which is one of my favorite oils that you actually cannot get singly from doTERRA. So Passion, awesome, inspiring blend. So use it before you go on a date, or use it before you sit down on your desk to really crank some work out. Another one that I love, 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 love is Motivate. I actually replaced all perfume with essential oils. So I don't use any perfume at all. Often the emotional blends, I keep them in roller balls. I have a set in my purse and I have a set in my house. And I just use the roller ball as perfume at all times. So Motivate. Motivate is the encouraging blend. This is an awesome one to throw on if you are a personal trainer or a group fitness teacher with a class. Have this oil diffusing. It's a good one to have going. This is awesome for pre-workout, or if you're going to sit down at your desk and you need some motivation. Passion and Motivate would be awesome to put together. Last summer, I was going through some emotional hardships of my own, and I went to go see an intuitive, and she had mentioned that I needed to start using a yellow oil because it will help pick me out of that depression. I said, a yellow oil that's going to make me happy? And she started laughing. She's like, yeah. And I said, well, look at that. Cheer has a yellow label on it, and it is called Cheer, and this is an uplifting blend. So I made sure that I kept a few of these roller balls all around at all times, and I was very conscious of reapplying it over and over and over. As a bartender, I made sure that I kept it on all the time as well. So Cheer is an uplifting blend. Once you smell it, it just makes you happy. Like it's just immediately just makes you happy. So there's a few different oils in it, and one of my favorites for sure. Next up is Forgive, which all of our nation needs, right? Like if we could just sprinkle this on the world, wouldn't it be fabulous? Forgive is a renewing blend. So by this stage in the game, you've likely heard that you're only hurting yourself by not forgiving. Unforgiveness has been a term that has been brought up continuously. It's being studied endlessly. It's actually been classified as a disease at this point. Unforgiveness being classified as a disease, having so much resentment within you that you are literally deteriorating your insides. So unforgiveness is basically a poison that you are hoping to give somebody else, and you only hurt yourself. So Forgive is an awesome blend, and I love that it says that it's renewing, because it's just like renewing who you are, right? By shedding beliefs that don't serve you, by shedding past pains and resentments that no longer serve you. And forgive does not mean that you are saying what that person did to you is okay. Forgiving is just accepting that the resentment does not serve you. And I would even challenge you to look at what lessons you were able to learn. So what education were you able to pull from that experience with that person? Not all, while damages can be done, there's always a lesson to be learned. So if you're seeking the lesson, that's not seeking the silver lining, it is seeking the lesson. What did I learn in the situation? So it's, like I said, it's not the silver lining pretending it didn't happen. It is, what did this lesson teach me? Let's go right now. So Forgive is an awesome one. It's one that I will wear in my heart before I go to bed, reminding myself to forgive anybody, to ask forgiveness from anybody that I didn't even know that I hurt that day, and to also forgive myself. Forgiving yourself is extremely important, so be mindful of that. Next up is Peace. So Peace is a reassuring blend. Peace, it is just that. As soon as you smell it, it's just like, oh, peace, peaceful. There's now a kids kit, but before there was a kids kit, Peace was an oil that I would throw on my daughter quite often because it just helped hone her in, put that peace over her. Reassuring blend, it just has a very fresh smell to it. Like I said, it's something that you can diffuse before you go to bed. You can wear it. If you don't like the smell of any of these oils, but you like the benefit of them, putting them on the bottom of your feet and slapping some socks on are always an option. Always an option. And then Console is the 6th oil of this kit, and Console is a comforting blend. This is an awesome one to make sure that you have on you when someone is sad, someone breaks up from a boyfriend, or even at a funeral. This oil helps so much, and this is a very, like, think lavender, peaceful type is the road that one is going down. Putting peace and console together has gotten me out of some hardcore devil wrap-ups in my life. So I absolutely love having these oils on hand, both in the milliliter bottles so I can diffuse them, and also the roller balls so I can keep them handy everywhere I go. So that's the emotional kit that we'll talk about. And this year, doTERRA came out with, or it would have, this past convention, so last September, doTERRA came out with a new line. And if you're familiar with how essential oils work, we're not actually allowed to name ailments or say that we heal anything. So it's aiding in the healing. So a couple words that I can't say, but you can probably guess. This thing contributes to a lot of displaced energy within the body, elevated heart rate, anger, frustration, those type of emotions typically follow what's happening there, or just being worried about things that are out of your control. This kit came out and I was like, whoa, they went after it. And there's been various clinical studies tested to prove that this oil and this line is aiding people in being more calm as they go into a test, being more calm in situations that they are uncomfortable in. So we have the capsules. This could be a daily thing, or it could be something that you take when you're really starting to feel yourself freak out a little bit. So it comes in capsules. It comes in roller balls. The roller ball I keep in my purse and in my house at all times. I'm also a bartender, and I work with a couple gals, and they believe in the oils. They like the oils, and they'll talk about freaking out. I'm like, let me grab an oil, and I'll throw it at them. And this is typically the oil I give to them. And within 15 minutes, everybody is brought it down a notch. And the benefit of wearing oils is that people around you can smell the oils. So you are aiding other people as well. And then, of course, it comes in oil form, so you can diffuse this. This is an awesome one to add all throughout the day to any oils that you're blending, to just keep a little bit more peace and calm feelings floating around your environment. So here's the thing about really holding on and claiming your emotions and taming your emotions and having control over your emotions. There's contributing factors that go into them. How you take care of your body is absolutely top of the list, for sure, without a doubt. If you don't do any of the next things that I list and you use essential oils and you say that you're still a hot mess, I'm going to suggest some other lifestyle changes, because those are contributing factors to your emotions being out of whack. The obvious, I call them the big three: hydration, nutrients, and movement. Your body has to be hydrated. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Your brain can't function the way it should. Your organs struggle. Everything struggles. So if you create constant struggle in your body because you refuse to drink water, you are going to be pulled out of calm a lot faster than someone who is properly hydrated. That's fact. That's not an opinion. You're stressing your body out in a way that it doesn't need to be stressed out because you're choosing not to hydrate it. That's a thing. You don't like the taste of water, I would highly suggest getting very familiar with essential oils and what oils you can add to your water to aid in the taste of it, because even the carbonated water, that's not doing it for you. LaCroix water is not doing it for you. That is not hydration. That is a treat. It is a treat. It is not hydration. So proper hydration is going to be number one. And knowing that dehydration is a common link to every single disease on the planet. There is not a disease on the planet that does not have dehydration as an issue. So knowing how important hydration is for your body is absolutely essential. So hydration being number one. Nutrients. If you don't give your body nutrients, it does not matter what oils you throw on it. Your body needs nutrients to function. Oils aid your body. Oils support your body. Oils help your body. But you still need nutrients within your body so your body can properly function and do what it needs to do. But if your body's fighting to function all the time, it does pull from your mental capacity, and it does make controlling your emotions a little bit harder. So keeping that in mind. Movement reduces stress. And I'm not saying you have to go work out for 6 hours a day, but 30 minutes of moving your body in some way is absolutely essential. And 70% of Americans cannot even hit that 30 minutes a day. These are the big three things that have to be done. 75% of Americans are chronically dehydrated. 70% of Americans are malnourished while 70% are overweight. That means we eat garbage. So if you eat garbage, you're going to feel like garbage. Get nutrients in your body if you want to feel better. Movement. Again, discussing movement. 70% of Americans are not moving 30 minutes a day. If you don't do these things, the big ol' S word is going to take over. So yes, oils are going to help you, but they cannot fix all your problems if you're not doing the other things. Oils can also aid in sleep and meditation, which drastically improve how you are able to control your emotions. So I'm going to cover some oils that are awesome for sleep. These are the oils I've been using. And yes, I put in different ones throughout the year, depending on what's going on. If I feel like I'm coming down with something, I'll throw one oil in. If I'm challenged breathing, I'll throw a different oil in. If I'm nauseous, I'll put one in. The diffusers within my house diffuse all the time, different oils. But my bedroom oil, 95% of the time, are going to sit with these three oils. Balance, which is a grounding blend. It is an oil that doTERRA made, so there's multiple oils that are in it. This is a grounding blend, and it is instantaneous that I can feel this as soon as I smell it, where it's like, boom, I'm back in my body. And that is highly, highly valuable and important. So Balance, very calming. Serenity. Serenity is the next oil. This is a restful blend. They also have this in caps, like gel caps. That you can take before you go to bed, which definitely aid in my sleeping for sure, without a doubt. I don't take them every night, but if I have felt a little off that day, or felt a little bit more stressed than I typically do, I will look to Serenity. And then Cedarwood. I was not familiar with this oil at all, and then they gave it away. So with doTERRA, if you purchase 125 PV before the 15th of the month, they throw in a free oil, and Cedarwood was a free oil 1 month, and this oil I just loved it, and it's fantastic to add to help with your hair as well. But this couple drops of each one of these, I actually take an empty bottle and put a third of each one of them in it, so I only have one bottle to drip at night. Yeah, so Balance, Serenity, and Cedarwood in aiding in sleep. And I mentioned also meditation. Oils can aid in meditation and get you there. Oils have been used in spiritual practices for thousands of years. There is not a religion on the planet that has not dabbled in oils. And frankincense is one of the most spiritually known oils. Fantastic during meditation. Frankincense has a million benefits. Frankincense can immediately help you with your emotions. It helps with migraines. It helps with skincare. Frankincense is the #1 oil in my world. I use that oil every single day, multiple times a day, for various reasons. I use it for my skin. I drop it underneath my tongue because it aids in brain support, which also helps in emotional support. I diffuse this oil. I put frankincense along my line and around my breast tissue because it aids in breast health and lymphatic function. Frankincense is pretty endless. So if you can support your body with cellular health, which is ultimately what we all need, each one of us needs healthy cells to have a healthy body. We can't have a healthy body if we have 6 cells. So frankincense aids in cellular health. So those are some of my most favorite oils. I would not go a day without frankincense. So if you were like, hey Amanda, if there was one oil on the planet I can only buy one, frankincense would hands down be the oil that I would suggest for you to get because of the benefits that it comes from. Sleep, prayer, meditation, emotional support. So frankincense itself will actually be broken down to and is found from separated to unified, which is why it was so highly regarded in spiritual practices. Egyptians, Greeks, Romans, Christians, Jews, Muslims, Hindus, and Buddhists all use frankincense in their spiritual practice. This is a powerful oil for so many things. So I thank you so much for joining me for this class. If you have any questions, please do not hesitate to reach out to me. I'm Amanda Riley. My number is 651-399-4297, which you can find on my website at amandareilywellness.com. And that is Riley, R-I-L-E-Y. So amandareilywellness.com is my website where you can find all the things that I share and do. And feel free to email me as well at amandareilywellness@gmail.com. I am here to serve. My mission is to help educate and empower people with healing so they can step into their best version of themselves, creating a ripple effect of awesome throughout our world, which is exactly what we need. So